Everyone, this is Jesse Singh. Welcome back to another video. This time we're going to be talking about what I personally do to make a full-time income from home. Now, I've been doing this for 7 years straight. I've been doing this full-time for 7 years. So prior to this, if you're new to this channel, I used to be a car mechanic. I used to work 60 hours a week, only had a few hours a day to spend with my family, and I had Sundays off. I'm sure if you're in the trades, you probably know what that's like. Just working really hard, physically working hard, and just coming home all exhausted, barely having any energy because you pretty much laid it all out at your job, right? So now I don't need to do that. I only work maybe 3-4 hours a day, and it doesn't take me that long anymore. But see, that's what happens when you do something long enough. You get good at it. And in this video, I just want to show you what I do exactly. And it's not that complicated. It's not complicated at all, actually. All I do is I build 2-page websites like this. This page usually collects emails. So I build an email list. If you don't know what that is, it's basically a place. It's a program that when someone leaves their email, it gets stored into that program, and I can email those people. So instead of using like Gmail or Yahoo, it's a separate provider that mails. It can mail. The sky's the limit. Let's say you have, 50,000 or 100,000 people like emails. You can all email all of them at once. So 100,000 people, boom, will get your email. Where with Gmail, you can't do that, right? I think you got to manually input all these email addresses. And I think 500 is the most you can do anyway. So with this, you can just send out one email, and it'll hit everybody that's stored on that email list. And the beauty about this is you can set it up where it just sends emails for you. So you just, pre-create, say 10 emails. You space them one day apart. You can do this in the program. I use something called Aweber to do this. So one day apart. And then, so someone opts in, they put their email address in, they're going to automatically get sent these emails on your behalf. So you're not manually creating them on the spot. You just create 5, 6, 7, 10, 15, 20, and then you can just store them in this sequence, and then they'll be just automatically be sent out. So the next page after they opt in is usually a thank you page of some kind, where I just thank them for opting in, and I usually have some kind of text just basically showing people a solution to an issue. So for me, for example, tired of your 9 to 5, learn how you can do XYZ dollars in XYZ time leveraging this training. So something along those lines. And then they get sent to a thank you page. And now for this product part. So we don't make our own products. I don't have my own product. So I promote other people's products. So there are marketplaces like, if you can look at, for example, ClickBank is a marketplace where sellers want people like us, like affiliates, to sell their products. So every time someone buys, right, someone buys this product, this digital, it could be a digital product, it can be an educational product, it can be, training of some kind, or it can be even a physical product. Doesn't really matter. So someone buys this. That you can earn a commission. So you don't have to deal with any kind of customer service. You don't have to worry about returns or anything like that. This person who built this deals with all that, and you just earn a cut. So in my case, I earn anywhere between 50 to 80% commissions. So if I sell something for $1,000, I can earn anywhere between $500 to $800, right? So $500, $800 for $1,000 product, which beats, I guess, like that's really in the digital space. In the physical space, like if it's like a physical product, some kind of health product of some kind, commission rate's gonna be a little bit less, maybe 25%, 30%. So the digital space, the sky's the limit when it comes to commission rates. And the beauty about this is, again, it's all a numbers game. So, for example, let's say this is $100 product, right? So it's $100, and remember, we didn't make this product. It's just in this marketplace. We decided to just link on our page. So this is a special link that's coded to you. So when someone buys through your link, you'll be recognized as the affiliate and you earn the commission. So it'll go to some kind of website, but because it's an affiliate link, you'll be compensated when someone buys this. So let's say this is $100. So let's say you get 100 emails, right? We collect 100 emails from a traffic source. So traffic source can be YouTube, it can be some kind of blogging, it can be Facebook, it can be Instagram, Twitter, etc., etc. So let's say we get traffic from these platforms to this web page where we collect emails. So 100, let's say we collect 100. So my math usually is every 100 emails equals about, let me see, 3 sales. So 3 sales on this front part, right? So basically 3 sales from 100. So in the front, this is about $300. $300. Now it depends if this is free traffic. Free just means if you have a YouTube channel or a blog, it doesn't really cost you anything. But there's something called paid traffic where you can leverage these platforms and just pay the money, and then they'll just send traffic for you. So, cost per click. So let's say 100 emails might cost you, say, like $200. So even if you spend $200 on the front end here, you still make $100 profit. So once you dial this in, now the sky's the limit, right? So the sky's the limit. You're like, oh, so every time I spend $200, I make $300, and I make $100 profit for every $200 I make $100 profit, which is like a 50% ROI, right? So it's like a 50% ROI in the front end. So the magic really happens with this email stuff. So let's say they don't buy, most people don't buy on the front here when they initially hit this page. They usually buy on the back end through your email. Sometimes it can take about 8 emails for them to even, pull the trigger. So 97% of your sales are going to come from your email, right? So what happens is if you're making $100 every 200 here, anything you make from your email list is all gravy. So let's say you're making $100 here. Your email list, you might be getting another 3 sales a day, 4 sales, depending on how much traffic you get. So you can easily be making anywhere between, say, $200 to $500 a day once you are dialed in. Right? Once you're dialed in, you can make that type of money. It is possible. Obviously, I can't guarantee it, but it is possible. I've done it many, many times. I've actually done way more than that, but I'm just giving you an example. So, for example, let's just have a little quick example here of my website. So themillionairejob.com is where I personally teach how to help people, average people that have no idea what this is all about. Just, train them to the point where they can do all of this, right? They can drive traffic, build these 2 websites, which we just use a tool. It's like a drag and drop tool, and then show them what kind of offers to promote and how to set up this email thing. So basically set this whole up so it's running for you, and even show you how to even dial it in so you're making money. Ultimately, we want to make money here. So when you visit my website, themillionairejob.com, by the way, I'll have the link in the description box below for that, you'll be sent to this page. So it just says, free report reveals, discover the secret to build a full-time job, creating income by leveraging this training. So when you click this and leave your email, right? When you leave your email, which you should do, by the way, you'll be sent to something called a thank you page. So in this thank you page, I just give people a quick overview of what we're going to be doing and what kind of sites we're going to leverage, and just give them a good, big picture idea on what we do and how we can make some good money doing this. And then basically from there, you click here and you go to my offer, and you just get, and people get started, right? So once you get started, we train you on everything here, right? So you're not guessing. The beauty about this is There's no guesswork. So when I first got started online, I had to put all this together. So it took me a very, very long time. So it took me 7 months to get my first result. 7 whole months of doing this to get my first result. To me, it obviously it was still worth it, right? Because I was doing some math here. If I was the amount of money I made in the last 7 years, it would take me about 35 years as a car mechanic to make the same type of money. That's crazy if you think about it, because we're leveraging systems. So even though, let's say it's bedtime for us, we go to sleep, this is still working. This traffic thing is still working. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It doesn't take a day off. Where at a job we can only work XYZ, hours a day, 10 hours, 12 hours. We can't work 24 hours, 7 days a week because we got to sleep. And also you'll have no time for anything. So we use these systems so we can free up our time. This is why it only takes me a couple hours a day to maintain all of this, because I don't have to build anything. And when I do build stuff, because I've done it long enough, it's very quick. It's very easy. And that's what happens when you have experience. That's like anything. Like one of my first jobs was at a coffee shop. And it took me about 3 weeks to learn their till, where you punch in orders and how to, put together certain products together. Coffee, donuts, and, sandwiches, what the right procedure was and all that. It took me 3 weeks just to learn that. And people get a little frustrated, because this takes them a few weeks to get going. It doesn't matter how long it takes, as long as you do it, and then once you dial it all in, it's gonna be well worth it. I promise you that much. It's gonna be well worth it. Because we can't think of this as a job anymore, because this is more like a business. So even though you might not be making money in the first couple of weeks or a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, but the amount of money you're going to be making once it's dialed in will be way more than what you would do at a coffee shop, for example. So I worked at a coffee shop, my first job. As a mechanic, the learning curve as a mechanic was even more, right? For me to get good at fixing cars, it took me a couple of years to figure that out. So a few years. Yes, I know I was getting paid for that. Obviously, I was getting paid. And I guess that's where people have a little disconnect. We might not be paid in the beginning because it's a business, but once it's dialed in, $100 profit on the first, on the front here, and maybe a couple of $100 from an email list a day. So $300-400 a day from this, even though let's say you weren't paid for a month, even 2 months or even 3 months, but once it's dialed in, you're making $300 a day now. It's going to be well worth it. It's going to be well worth it. And it's going to free up a ton of your time so you can start spending it with your friends and family. So this is pretty much what I do. Only difference is I spend more than $200 a day because I want more sales. So my ad spend is about $1,000 a day. But from $1,000 a day, I'm making roughly, from the front end, maybe $800 to $1,000 on the front, and then way more through email, way more. I'm not going to give you the exact figures, but I have been making 7 figures per year for a while now, and that's just because I dialed this in. This is all dialed in, and all I do now is just mostly maintain my ad stuff, my ad spend. So in the beginning, I was just using organic free traffic, but that is great in the beginning. But then I transitioned to, paid ads. So paid ads is a lot faster. So organic free traffic, for example, making videos and blogging takes your time. This is where it takes time. It doesn't take as much time as you working a job, but it still takes time. Where like traffic, when you drive traffic, when you just pay for it, it doesn't really take time. You just set this part up and you just send the traffic and then let it go and see how your ad is going, how your ad spend is going, how much money you're making. And if it looks all good, you can start scaling this up. You can spend $300 a day, then $400, then $500, then $600, etc., etc. As long as everything is dialed in, and that's what we teach anyway. That's what we teach at themillionairejob.com. We just teach how to build this. We teach how to do all this, and the beauty about this is it's all with one-on-one help. So we have a massive team. We actually help every student one-on-one because that's the only way to really learn this stuff, to successfully learn this stuff. Because if I just let people do it on their own, some of them might not do anything, and that's the reality of it. If you're serious, you'll do it. I mean, some people will just do it no matter what because they're sick and tired of their 9 to 5, or they're tired of not seeing their family. So they'll just do it because their why is really big. It's probably bigger than that, bigger than themselves. So, and there's other people that are like, this is I don't feel like doing it. So that mentality is pretty much that's what's gonna keep people broke. That type of mentality. I don't feel like doing it. That basically saying, I don't feel like getting money in the bank account when you have that type of attitude. But that's why we have one-on-one help. We help with mindset. We work with mindset because mindset is very, very important. And then we transition all that to actually building this all out. And once your mindset is right, this stuff is actually not the hard part. The mindset is what you need to overcome, because sometimes things can get a little tough. And when things get tough, that's when people quit. But when you have the right mindset, it gets a little tough. You're going to work through it, and you're going to have a breakthrough, and you're going to have an amazing life ahead of you after that. So that's what we teach in general. So anyway, I hope you got some good insight. Again, if you're interested on how to do all this from scratch, A to Z, visit my website, themillionairejob.com, or click the link in the description box or the link in the first comment, and I'll send you that information over. It's going to be this type of page anyway. And you just hit get instant access, and you just put your email in, and then you're set. And if the video that you watch resonates with you, because we help everybody out. We want you to succeed. So we help till it works for you. But sometimes it might take time. All right. So make sure you have time. It might take some time, and we will work with you. We're going to work with you until you get the result you want, right? So everyone's going to have different kind of goals. So everything is slightly customized to each student's goals. So it's going to be a little bit different for everybody. But end of the day, just pay close attention, listen to our mentors, and just take action. And if you have any kind of problems, we have an amazing Facebook group, and our one-on-one mentors will help you as well. So the support will always be there, and that's the most important thing, because in the beginning, especially when you're new, you need the support. And once you get good at it, you're good to go, right? Maybe you'll be inspired to help other people to do the same thing, right? That's what usually happens once you start making some money. You want to help other people to be successful as well. So anyway, I hope to enjoy this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, buddy.